I am going to make this video a 50-minute video, 900 seconds video, in order to share it on LinkedIn. At this moment, I am hearing a speech of the Admiral McRaven. It takes 16 minutes. So, this is a military motivation video. So the point is that I want to explain how are we planning to quantificate the social and environmental damage, because planet Earth leaders, collective decision makers, um, United Nations, and particular social networks, the effects of ignoring our proposal. Uh, so I am explaining it in English. At this moment, I am being banned in social networks. For example, WhatsApp has a new feature since last year of communities. Only one group has the community who has a set of groups, and I can assign new admins. I can open WhatsApp web from our main WhatsApp. I am using 8 WhatsApp accounts at this moment, and I can use all of them. Some of them have been banned, and I want to explain that it affects our evolution. Particularly, I don't remember the first date when I finished my one-page CV, my long-page CV with 78 pages, and I remember it that I have been sending more than 3,000 times my CVs, different version. I also have a personal presentation. I have very different presentation about how we can work with corporate entrepreneurship as an employee. I have been iterated everything to cooperate and work as an employee, as a partner, uh, as a volunteer. I've also proposed to work for free from Colombia because I tried to work from United States and nobody wants to support it. I also write some proposal. I also have been recorded some videos, but at this moment we are reaching the half of the day of John 13, and I want to explain that it is something that affects in a most way that we are banned from communication channels, and we are also being affected because I have not received any type of security, military security. I proposed it since 3 years ago. I proposed it particularly to the international community 1 year ago in the first proposal of the United Nations, and nobody supported me. And this year, I was presential in the United States. I submitted a document in the international airport of San Francisco International Airport, sorry, and nobody supported me. I was detained 71 days, and I'm going to explain how we are planning to calculate the damages. So I already told that the exactly number, in this case in US dollars, the half of the SUE will be for the organization who are being sued or the governments as the United States, and that's those organizations will decide how to manage the half of the resources. The other half of the resources we will decide how it will be handled. That's our proposal. I am supplicated that I need $3,515 since I was detained for returning my garments, my bag with my private proofs of Suez, and with my proofs of for the political asylum credible fear. But it doesn't matter because my credible fear, I already demonstrated in the United States and any country of the world. So the point is that we are going to estimate all the damages, and I want to announce that each second that you need to wait due to the corruption, due to the conflict of interest of the planet Earth leader will be measured. At this moment, I am not reaching Colombia because the president of Colombia don't want to lose his power, and he wants to keep his power. He's the responsible of my security because I am only citizen in this country, and in this country I have been perceiving that it's the only country who can provide security from the state for free if you are at risk. So at this moment, I want to, I am trying to conduct a SUES to receive it. I started this SU on May 17. I don't remember the exactly hour of the first version of the code document. And the judges of Colombia haven't do anything. I also sent a proposal for the president of El Salvador. Sorry, I received an ad. It is a very bad experience. No, well, that the one was so good. I need to keep listening, Admiral McRaven. So I am doing this because at this moment I am I am developing military leadership, because if the militaries and then the cops understand what we are doing, we need them to rebel against the authority in order to change the world, because I think that any bureaucracy can attack the militaries. They are programmed in a neurolinguistically programmed, and I want to work with that community because that's the path that I found that we need to change it. If we have the militaries and the cops from our side, starting with the veteran of war or with the reservists, we can share the world. So I want to say cheers at 11:58 at GMT5, the hour of Colombia, for military and cops of the planet, particularly the military of Colombia, Hispanic countries. And lady, I believe that we can go with El Salvador. We are going to reach the half of the day at this in the moment that I am recording this video, and I have been recording 7 minutes and 8 seconds. It have been at this moment. I don't know the translation, but no, yeah, I know the spelling. 595 megabytes, 600 megabytes, the size of this video. At this moment, I having issues with my resources because I have these issues with the storage of the information, and I can make a backup, a local backup in the cell phones and the laptops, and I need to delete files. And that's not a good idea because I don't have a support. If something happens in the website, in the internet, we can lose the information. Oh, I don't have resources. We need resources. You are very miserable. And I think that most any one of the leaders can live with the austerity that I reached. So I am very sure that you will not have the leadership in the third world. For example, with the miners, we need the miners for the lithium, for the gold, for the raw materials. We can develop machines for this, but I am going to develop leadership for engineers, for scientists, for non-skilled humans, and that's the power of leadership. So I want to defy the leaders of the planet. 1 year ago, I was just questioning some things, but at this moment, I am defying. And only 1 year. I want to see in 2 years. I supplicated to be in Silicon Valley, and I keep supplicating. And at this moment, we can accelerate the changes of the planet if I am located in Silicon Valley, negotiating with the leader of Silicon Valley. It can change everything with military security of the United States, because probably the president of El Salvador could be scared if he receives me, because he can perceive a threat of me. And I want to announce something. At this moment, I made an agreement with with some people who can send to kill someone. If I am killed at this moment, I give the order to kill first the president of Colombia in any manner, with poison in the food, with kill him with assumption, with guns, if I died. And if anyone touched the people of our organization, particular the people of our organization, particular the spiritual leaders, particular them who has the best intention, have Mafia Walker, for example, that they are scared, or my family, they are scared. If any person wants to make an assumption attempt or kill them, they are going to die with torture. The person who make it, the person who make the attempt, the assumption attempt, because they don't want security. That's a warning. For the reason, in the world of the people who kills another, any person has a different price. And I already announced it. Then we go also with the Minister of Defense and the Director of National Protection Unit of Colombia, because at this moment they are the responsible for my security, and I don't have security for the guild because they haven't give the order. And I also announced the same for the judges of Colombia because they are corrupt. I need to receive security, and I need to receive military security in Colombia, maybe in Salvador or in United States. For the reason I am trying to become a president of Colombia, because I saw the issue of security. As a president, you can solve this issue. And I already explained it in a noise voice in WhatsApp. We are waiting for some meetings in the next protest or the next strike on Jan 20. I already announced it yesterday, some with the director of the public university and unless the director of the private universities where I started. I announced it as a request from the next protest. The other request, we want to declare a democratic military code in July 19 that is developed, that is led by the veteran wars and reservists of Colombia, by some of them. And I remember that in October 19 we will have election in Colombia, national election, um, uh, departmental elections. We want to make local, departmental, and national election, including the congressman and the congresswoman, including the president. And we want to announce a referendum and considering constitutional change, the first referendum, because we will have more. And that's something that we are announcing. That's the plan. If the plan change the dates, each responsible of the delay must pay in different ways, one by one. But if we have a more than an assumption at 10, or if someone dies, or for example, Felipe Valdivieso, the creative director of some of our organization, it legal medicine told that he was died by suicide, but I have been researching that the people could be induced with directed energy weapons to commit suicide, and I have been receiving those attacks, and I know that many people could be tortured in order to die by suicide. For example, to be forced to drink someone to die, to drink cyanurum, things like that. Anyone can be forced. You can be forced with your hands, open your mouth, and send you cyanurum. That's an assumption. Anyone can say that it was suicide, but you was forced. That's that's a simple way to die. If four people put your hand, your man, open, five people, one open your mouth, give you cyanurum, and wait to die, and that's all. And they have gloves. Who will know if commit suicide? Probably the person who killed the president died in that way. That's very simple. Very, very simple. For example, to give a simple example, to define that someone died for suicide, but it was tortured to die by suicide. I am also tired of directed energy weapon, and we will find the responsible. Each person who is handling the technology to the directed energy attacks for me and for any one of us will pay the consequences when we have the power to handle this, when we have the power to say satellites, when we have the power to use these technologies. You must pay the consequences. I already make a proposal to work with the CIA, with Fiscalia, because if I conduct researches on behalf of those organizations, it will become more serious. And I consider myself an excellent researcher, and I know how to handle the research to find the corruption with the president of Colombia or any president, but I need military security. I'm declaring it on 12/06 of Jan 13 to the humanity. And I need to finish this video. I'm going to upload it on LinkedIn and my YouTube channel. Cheers. Don't forget that I am an extraterrestrial in the planet.